The ancient Stoics understood something modern culture has completely forgotten. True attraction isn't manufactured, it's cultivated. Marcus Aurelius wrote that a tranquil soul illuminates everything around it. Epictetus taught that no external ornament surpasses the dignity of someone who governs their impulses. Seneca reminded us that a balanced character awakens silent admiration, the kind of awe you feel standing before something genuinely profound. In a world drowning in noise and restless comparison, the centered person stands out effortlessly. The grounded person becomes irresistible. Before we go deeper, most people stop here. If you're still watching, you're different. Subscribe to Silent Forge, not for motivation, but for mental tools you can actually use. In a world of noise, we offer direction. In a world of distraction, we build discipline. Hit that subscribe button now. Let's continue forging. Habit 1. Truly listen. In a world where everyone fights to be heard, the listener becomes magnetic. Most people hear only to reload their reply. Their mind is already constructing arguments before the other person finishes speaking. The Stoics knew the mind only absorbs when it's still. Epictetus said it plainly, "We have 2 ears and 1 mouth, so we may listen more than we speak." Real listening isn't waiting for your turn, it's offering your full presence. When someone feels genuinely heard, something in them softens. A sense of safety emerges. That's rare. That's magnetic. To build this habit, slow down during conversations, hold eye contact, breathe before responding, understand before forming an opinion. Watch what happens. People lean in, they trust more, they open up. Because your presence becomes a place where they can simply be. Habit 2. Cultivate inner peace. Some people carry silence with them wherever they go. Even in chaos, they remain anchored. That stillness draws people in. Serenity builds trust. Peace is attractive because it's rare. For the Stoics, peace wasn't the absence of difficulty. It was the refusal to let difficulty rule the mind. Marcus Aurelius compared the mind to a still lake. Calm water reflects everything clearly. Disturbed water distorts everything. When your emotions are constantly shaken, clarity disappears. But when you learn to pause, breathe, and release what you cannot control, something shifts. You become the person who brings quietness into noisy rooms, the shelter others naturally seek. To build this habit, take 5 minutes each day with no screens and no input, just breathing and noticing. That simple practice changes how you carry yourself. Your voice becomes steadier, your gaze becomes grounded. Storms stop moving you. Habit 3. Speak with purpose. Some people say 3 words and silence follows, not because they spoke loudly, because their words carried weight. The Stoics believe speech should be conscious, never reactive. Epictetus advised, "Be silent, or let your words be worth more than silence." When you stop speaking to impress and start speaking to communicate truth, everything changes. Your words slow down, your meaning sharpens. People who speak with purpose don't rush. They don't compete for airtime. Their confidence comes from alignment, not volume. To develop this habit, ask yourself 3 questions before speaking. Is this honest? Is this helpful? Is this necessary? Over time, you'll notice something. People listen more intently, not because you demand it, because your presence has already earned it. Habit 4. Face adversity with courage. Character isn't revealed when life is smooth. It's revealed when everything begins to collapse. People who face hardship with dignity inspire without trying. They demonstrate that difficulty does not define a person. Marcus Aurelius taught that the obstacle becomes the way. Every difficulty carries a lesson. Stoic courage isn't the absence of pain. It's the refusal to be consumed by it. Think about the individuals who impressed you most deeply. They likely weren't the ones who never struggled. They were the ones who struggled and remained open. To build this habit, change the question you ask when life hits hard. Stop asking, "Why is this happening to me?" Start asking, "What is this teaching me?" That single shift transforms suffering into fuel, and people who endure without bitterness become proof that the human heart can break and still remain whole. Habit 5. Value integrity over approval. The fastest way to lose your magnetism is to spend your energy trying to be liked. The more you perform for others, the less of yourself actually shows. The Stoics were clear. Integrity outlasts popularity. Marcus Aurelius reminded us that the opinion of others is wind. Personal virtue is foundation. When you live according to your own values, your energy changes. You begin radiating something the world is starving for. Authenticity. It cannot be manufactured. It comes from consistency, from making decisions based on who you are, not who others need you to be. To build this habit, practice saying no when your values are at stake. Keep your word. Honor truth, even when silence feels safer. People respect those who don't bend themselves to fit every expectation. Over time, your presence commands trust without demanding it. Habit 6. Pursue growth, not perfection. Perfection creates distance. It signals a curated performance, not a real human. What genuinely attracts is the courage to be imperfect, the willingness to keep evolving. The Stoics never sought flawlessness. They sought to be better than they were yesterday. Marcus Aurelius wrote that, if you fall, rise. The victory is in the rising. Someone who is always improving radiates something unique. Humble, persistent, alive. These people don't hide their flaws. They use them. To build this habit, stop asking whether you're perfect yet. Ask instead, am I better than I was yesterday? See your mistakes not as evidence of failure, but as proof of progress. Every scar becomes a story of courage. Every lesson becomes a step forward. Growth is alive, and people are naturally drawn to what is alive. All 6 habits point to one truth: self-mastery. When you master your mind, you stop needing to impress anyone. Your calmness impresses, your consistency impresses, your silence impresses. The Stoics knew we cannot control the opinions of others, but we can always control the way we choose to live. True magnetism doesn't come from trying to be noticed. It comes from committing deeply to your own growth. The strength built from within doesn't fade. It doesn't chase trends. It doesn't beg for validation. It's built on timeless principles and daily discipline. If this reached something true in you, write in the comments, I choose growth, not as a sentence, as a promise. Subscribe to Silent Forge. Share this with someone who needs to hear it. Because in a world of noise, the ones who forge themselves in silence become the ones the world remembers.